This is the steam tug Kern. There has always been a slight taboo about discussing a lady's age, but in the case of the Kern, her crew and friends can be rightfully proud of it. Her engine and boilers were added, completing her as Viking in March 1913, making her currently 110 years old. Seeing what was coming, the Admiralty snatched her up and inducted her into the Royal Navy only a month later as His Majesty's tug Terrier. She served in this capacity through both World Wars before entering the world of civilian work and eventually retiring in 1971. Liverpool, it was a warm day. The superstructure around the boiler and funnels was hot to the touch. The thermometer in the boiler room read 50 degrees centigrade, only because that was the highest it could show.
Three days of
3
steam
days?
raising, yeah, to get, well, we light up and then warm it through slowly for a day, then light up again and warm it through a bit better, drain some of the water out, and then start boiling it properly then. So you could do it in a day, but it just ruined the boiler, won't it?
Oh, really?
And we're just expanding it far too quickly from stone cold to red hot in, 12, 18 hours or whatever you could do it in, it just ruin it. So the slower the better, let it all expand at a nice slow rate, and so how it's lasted so long is looking after it really.
I don't think I'd appreciate that was the issue. So it isn't a question of being able to raise the pressure, it's a question of not doing it too quickly to damage everything, the temperature difference.
You'd probably do it in a day,
Yeah.
but like I say,
You'd be ruining
you'd
it.
have tubes leaking and rivets springing and bloody leaks everywhere, and we ain't going to get another one, so look after
No.
the boiler as best we can. So Danny had a load of problems when they first restored it with the boiler. Our chief on this was telling me, apparently they've got 3 furnaces on that, so they used to light up on the middle one and just use that. And then when they came to preserve it and restore it, they found the middle furnace was knackered, because they basically had all the heat in that and all it was cold everywhere else.
Differential.
And so they were having to do tons of welding on it to build up all the heavy pitting in this furnace tube, because they just through abuse in the 80s of when the ship canal weren't really looking after it. And then the boiler, so the water levels up there, so it's pretty full at the moment.
Yeah.
And then you've got your 2 furnaces, they're 2 sort of longitudinal barrels effectively. That go all the way to the front, you can really see that. It's using a torch out there.
And are the watering tubes?
Yeah, so basically
round
this is just a big massive barrel.
Yeah.
With a fire bars in the middle. Your fire would be on top of that, and the water is all around it. When you get to the front, there's then a combustion chamber, so the flames and the heat will then go up, and then here's all the tubes that then come back.
Okay.
So the heat's drawing, the flames have been drawn forward, up, back,
And the
and up
tubes.
the funnel.
Okay.
So it's effectively heating the water twice.
I think that's something I didn't particularly appreciate when I first, not that I know a lot about steam engines now, but your funnel isn't just to vent your gases, it's functionally drawing, and like say moving the heat around the
There is
water.
a damper in it, there's like a massive big circular flap that you can alter to increase and throttle how much weight. So if it's howling a gale, you can shut the damper right down. If it's a still day, you open it all the way up. But you can't do that from down here, so you've got to keep popping up top and moving the lever on the funnel and then coming back down here. And then you control your sort of primary air flow through the dampers here. So these let your air under the fire bed to make the fire bed hotter at the bottom. So you can either have them fully open, sort of, which is like that, or we've got to be very nifty. A block of wood to adjust how much air you've got coming through the bottoms. I mean, obviously that's not airtight anyway, so always.
No, yes, you get some airing.
But you
But
can increase or decrease the flow through the bed of the fire to make it burn hotter.
so
When that's running, this pipe here is when your hot water's being pumped straight back out your condenser into the
Right.
boiler through that chamber out there constantly. So whenever that engine is turning over, you've got water going back in the boiler. When it's not turning over, your pressure will be increasing if you've got something cold on and there's nobody using the steam and there's no demand on it, there's no cold water going in. So we've then got that there, which is an injector. So that other blue pipe's coming from the freshwater tank aft. So that's then basically basically a pump with no moving parts. It will allow you to put water back in the boiler while the engine's not running, if you have to.
bloody hell. I love it.
The auxiliary pumps next door, which Andy's working on at the moment, you can use them as well, using live steam off the boiler to pump water in via this again, without the main engine turning over. But you can also use them pumps for pumping water from the aft tank forward, from the bilges overboard, from one compartment forward or aft.
Yep. For trim purposes more than anything.
Well,
Yeah.
just anything really. Auxiliary pumps, it's a complete maze over there. I don't really know but basically that side of it will do anything, you can move water or village water or fresh water or salt water wherever you want to. There's a fire hose on deck, it'll run that as well. So you can pump water, salt water on board with a hose, washing the deck down or firefighting or damping your coal down or whatever. And then these are all your bilge inlets from everywhere, so there's a take-off at the bottom underneath the boiler so you can drain any water that's leaked or spilt into the bilge out and overboard, and then there's another one that's it's not obviously watertight compartments, but there's segments of the whole.
Yes, to stop the slosh. Yeah.
So it's a bit of there's a lot to it, and I'm no expert.
Everything's comparative, mate.
These guys know a heck of a lot more than me. I know the theory, but these are the guys who actually do it.
I say 1913.
Yeah, the ship was. I've not replaced the boiler in 1935. So I don't know why they put a new boiler on it within 20 odd years of it being built. This is an Admiralty pattern boiler, so it's arguably a lot thicker and more heavily built than a commercial one would have been. So that's why it's lasted so well. It's basically the top
military grade. Yeah,
military grade sort of material and thicknesses. And even like the clacks on the boiler, them valves, they just bolt on normally. So you've just got the flange with studs sticking out, and you put nuts on it and tighten it on.
Yeah.
On the inside, there's a spigot that goes through the boiler with like a bloody taper pin through it. Apparently that's an Admiralty specification that in case a ship is hit by a shockwave from a near miss, the bolts shear off on a boiler fit, it won't come off, it will be pinned from the inside. You think this was never going to be on fire?
Well, hopefully, yeah.
But they built them to Admiralty specs, so they've got belt and braces, fittings on and all sorts, which is very, very Navy, which just means if you want to take something off in the boiler and take these pins out the inside.
If you would like to join the Friends of the Kern, be kept informed of developments, her location, plans for upcoming trips, and support the ongoing maintenance of this vibrant piece of working history, please see the link in the description.